What's good, YouTube? Today we are taking a look at Virtua Fighter 6. The new animations were displayed in this trailer that we saw last week. They look amazing. The new blocking animations, the dodge mechanics has everybody going crazy. And we're going to dive right into it. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Now, as you saw, we had dynamic blocking animations. They look really good. Here's the other trailer. This was released at first, but this is what everybody is talking about. I've been an advocate for this type of blocking in fighting games for a long time. I had a video on my channel about Mortal Kombat 1 some months back, and I was talking about, the cutscenes in Mortal Kombat 1 had a lot of that blocking, but the actual gameplay, you could not do that. A lot of people missed the point of the video when you looked at the comments, but my point was that type of blocking has been used before in Mortal Kombat games. All the PS2 era Mortal Kombat games had that, like Armageddon, Deception, Deadly Alliance. See, this is footage from Mortal Kombat 1 from the video I posted a few months ago. Mortal Kombat X actually had this type of blocking to a certain extent. Now, Mortal Kombat 1, when you actually played the game, this is what you got. That static block, that stationary pose that they just hold, that fighting games have had for years. You did not have this. This is what I would like in all fighting games, this type of blocking, not just in Mortal Kombat, but in all fighting games. But many games already had it. Now let's look at the comments. This is the dumbest thing I've seen on my timeline. This is the comments people put on my videos. Kind of crazy. They missed the whole point. Ever heard of a cutscene before? That's another comment. Some people understood what I said. If a fighting game did focus heavily on blocks and parries being an integral part of the gameplay, it could be fire. So some people understood what I meant. Why did this garbage show up on my recommended? You see, this is the type of comments I was getting. But now when you go to the comment section on the Virtua Fighter 6 trailer, those comments are completely different, as you can see here. People understand what I was saying now. Holding the block button should perform responsive block animations like this instead of just holding a pose. See, those same people, look, blocking actually triggers blocking animations. It looks revolutionary. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people want this type of blocking too. Look at this. I've always wanted fighting games to be like this if they manage to pull this off by making a fighting game. Well, anyways, let's look at some of the games that already had this blocking before. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon on PS2 and Xbox. Look how cinematic that is. The choreography put into this game looks like a real kung fu movie. I own this game on Xbox back in the day. I don't play it anymore because it was garbage, but it did have the blocking down. And this is with the swords and the hand-to-hand combat. We had this. So yes, this has been done before. Now, this was not the only game back then that had this system. We also had this, Jet Li Rise to Honor. Another game that I played on this channel just a couple months ago. Now, as you can see here, we had dynamic dodge, dynamic block animations that would vary depending on the attacks that were thrown at you by the opponent. Multiple opponents would surround you. They'd all start jumping you while you knock them through pillars, knock them through glass, dodge the incoming punch, parry the kicks, duck underneath the kicks. It was very cinematic looking. Just a fire game, not gonna lie, man. I still play it. I just don't upload it. Maybe I should do like a part 3. I did like 2 parts on the game. Now, this was one of the main reasons why the game appealed so much to people, that and the new combat style where you would essentially just fight with the stick. Like, all you needed was the left stick and the right stick in the game, and L1 and R1. That was it. Everything was done with that. Grabs, dodges, blocks. Very intuitive. Okay. So let's just take a look at this animation here. All right, we're going to attack, dodge, dodge, block, block, dodge, parry his leg, slip underneath the kick. Now, that again was not the only game. We had this. Okay. Enter the Matrix on the Xbox and the PS2. This is actually one of the best. Look at that, man. This is one of the best fighting games ever when it comes to choreography, martial arts choreography, blocking, animations. Everything comes down to just, flipping around, parrying the incoming kicks, leaning underneath punches, the animations. Look at that. Now, one thing about it, you didn't just perform these animations by holding block. You see, I did a counter right there. If you tap block right before a punch or kick lands, you'll actually do a counter. There was another one right there. But everything flows, everything is smooth. The only bad thing about this game, for today's standards, the graphics are horrible. If they implemented this into a fighting game today, it would look superb. It's just the graphics for that time period, this is what we had available. But you can do everything in this game. You can destroy the background. You can do the focus attacks where time slows down. And we're just going to look at a little bit of this gameplay. Now, some of this was from footage that I posted on this channel like maybe a year back, but I really didn't have subs, so it didn't really get noticed. Now look, there is a counter. We caught her leg and threw her. Here we go again. We're going to take a look at a little more of the footage. Maybe, okay, now you see the background. You see the fence got broken. You can actually kick people through the wall back there in the background. Very good game, all right? Very good game, especially for its time. A lot of this went unnoticed. A lot of people might have been too young to have played or experienced some of these games in that time. So I want people to know the blocking in Virtua Fighter 6 is not new. We have had it before, okay? So it's not revolutionary. Just a lot of older games already did that type of blocking mechanic, dodge and defensive mechanic, just older games. But yeah, sometimes I play this game and I'm just blown away by what they were able to accomplish. Look at that counter that the CPU performed on me. Sometimes during these fights, it feels like you're actually watching a movie in a sense. And this is all I was saying about the Mortal Kombat 1 video that I posted, but a lot of people, they didn't understand what I meant. They were just like, bruh, this is a cutscene. I was like, no, Mortal Kombat had this already in previous games. So why take it out, just to put it in the cutscenes in this game when we've already had it before? Just put it back in the game. Now let's take a look at another game that had this type of blocking, a PS1 classic, Kinai, the Sacred Fist, as you can see here. Maybe it's Kinai, I don't know, Kinai. But they had the animations too, very on point. This was like a Tekken knockoff. This was a Tekken ripoff before its time. It was fun. And they had the dynamic animations, not as detailed as the Matrix had, or like today's Shaolin versus Wu-Tang or anything like that. But, you know, still pretty good for a PS1 game. This was before Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This was before Jet Li's game. So still, this was good for its time. Now, as you can see, I'm playing the AI. The game was really easy. But let's look at the mother of them all. This right here is probably the best game on the list. This is Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 2. There is a Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 1. Now, let's just look at these animations. All right, I'm gonna let this play out for a second. You can see I'm dodging. All right. The AI is blocking. I'm blocking his attacks. He landed one on me there. All right, right there. I got slept. Now, this is on the Xbox Series X as well as PC. I do not know when it's coming to PS5, but it is on Xbox and PC. It's on Steam. Now, the first Shaolin versus Wu-Tang is on Xbox One, and it is on PS4, and you can play Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 1 on PS5 as well as Steam. I just don't know why, you know, the second one is not on. Now look at this. Look at this. Block, 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 dodge. Very cinematic. These look like choreographed kung fu movies. This game is not on PS5 for some reason. Only the first one is. But I always come back to this game because, I mean, they even have the puff of smoke, the little puff of powder that comes off the fist and the feet when they block or parry, just like the old kung fu movies from the 70s and the martial arts movies from the 80s. You know, it's very immersive. You know, everything flows smooth. This is my favorite martial arts game to date, just because it had these blocking animations and, you know, everything just fits so perfectly together. But now we can see Virtua Fighter 6 is aiming to have a defensive system similar to this that looks cinematic, you know, so I am grateful for that, as many of us are, as we can see from the comments, you know. Now, this game does not get the recognition that it deserves. It has a very small fan base, you know, maybe a small user base too. I don't know how many people play this. But yeah, as you can see, this is what they're aiming for, along with having the same, you know, Virtua Fighter's detail. This game cannot compare to Virtua Fighter, all right? This is a very simple, basic game. I'm just talking about the block animation strictly. This will never compare to Virtua Fighter, you know what I'm saying, or Tekken or anything. I just like the block animations. Let's take a look at another fight, another match. Now you see how everything's flowing. Look at the puff of smoke, the little, you know, the smoke coming off of the incoming blows, the sounds of the cloth moving when they throw punches. You know, everything is perfect, man. Now, once again, I am a big martial arts game fan, martial arts fan in general, man. All the classic 90s films, the Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, that whole era, man. So these games are a big part of my childhood. But now Virtua Fighter 6, this part was a concept trailer, meaning not actual gameplay, but they're aiming for this, right? But the trailer that was released before in this one, the blocking isn't like that. The blocking in this trailer is just like every other Virtua Fighter we've had, see? You know, very simple looking, so who knows how it'll look, you know, the final game. See, this is like every Virtua Fighter we've had before. It's not like that concept trailer. But anyways, let me know what you think. Comment below. You know, if you're excited for the new Virtua Fighter 6, like I am, just put it below in the comments, and I appreciate you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.